Hello YouTube, this is the Creative Duelist here, and I'm back with another creative discussions. Today I'm here with an interesting video. Thanks to Kektoad389 for the suggestion. It's made me, in fact, want to make this video. I'm surprised I never made this before, given my circumstances. But anyway, Kektoad personally messaged me, and he says, "Hello, I was thinking if you can give me any good advice excuse me, on deck profile videos, because I think they look really fun to make." So again, big shout out to you, Kektoad, for this. There's a lot to talk about in terms of, you know, making a deck profile. So I had to make this video so everyone, including you, Kektoad, can understand the whole process of, you know, starting your own Yu-Gi-Oh channel. And of course this is what the video is about. The topic is how to start your own Yu-Gi-Oh channel on the budget. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Also, big shout out to you, Andrew. The camera is right here. You'll see the quality in a second. I've been tinkering around with it. It's very fun. But yes, let's get started, folks. Now, another thing I want to clarify is becoming a content creator in general. It requires a lot of time, money, investment, consistency, and time management. Now, this video is catered for those who are serious, who are serious about becoming content creators. I know some people don't take it too seriously. They just want to make a video here and there, and that's fine. You can make a video on an occasional, you know, like on an occasion when you feel like just uploading a video. So for those who pretty much just don't take it serious, time, consistency, and time management won't really matter to you. It's just the two factors, which is the money and investment, because it obviously requires money to do that. So anyway, let's continue. So number one, you'll need a YouTube account, of course, pretty self-explanatory, and of course a name that everyone and yourself will remember and recognize. So what you're gonna need to do first off is you need to come up with a name that you like, and of course fits you and your channel best. It can be anything you like. It doesn't have to be Yu-Gi-Oh related. It can be anything. So I have some like corny examples here. Ygioh Duelist, Dark Hole Duelist, Cards of Victory, etc. These are just a couple of examples you can use. So once you're happy with the name you selected for your channel, you must then just you need to find and create a profile picture. You need a picture that represents you. You need a banner of your choice that represents you. Now, I know some people don't have access to like computers and laptops, so for the budget side of things, you can simply just go on Google, find a picture you like that corresponds with you, and you can go ahead and slap that as your profile. You can also go on Google to find a banner. Make sure it's the right size, 1920 to 1080. I think I need to find out the difference, but that's the size, you know, you're gonna want for your banner. I probably might find more information about that for you folks, but still, that's the size you'll need in terms of your banner, so it fits perfectly on you know, on your layout. Otherwise it's going to look, you know, off. It's not going to look right. But anyway, there are different kinds of software you can use to edit and make your own background. So if you do have access to a laptop or a PC, so of course you've got Paint, which is very basic, the basic tool you can use just to you know, kind of edit your images. The editing on there is very limited, it's not great, but you have paint.net, which I use, which is like so good. There's also Gimp and Pos Pro. Now Pos Pro does cost some money. That's if you really want to use like its more advanced features, but the basic features, like the features are alone, like, are just good enough for you, to the point where you don't really need to purchase anymore, unless you want to upgrade and get more advanced tools on the application. It's going to cost you $25, I think, but I think it's like a little cheaper over here. But personally, paint.net is just the way to go. It's, these are just, they're just better alternatives. I mean, if you can afford Photoshop, because that's also an option, but again, this is more of a budget and more focused for my budget audience. If you have Photoshop, that's even great. The only issue I find with Photoshop, it's very difficult to use. You need to know the tools and know how to use them and know how to edit with Photoshop. Now paint.net is really good. I love paint.net. Also, the 4 applications here for your PC and laptop are free of charge. Obviously with the clause with Pos Pro, if you want to upgrade, it's going to cost you some money, but regardless, if you just want the basics, free of charge, don't need to pay anything, and it's, you get to make sick thumbnails. You folks have seen my thumbnails. My thumbnails are really nice, and for the cost of nothing. So yes, these features are free. They're just all free alternative editing softwares you can use to edit your pictures, your thumbnails, and of course I shall leave a link in the description for you folks to download them. Now for the phone users, I shall leave a link in the description for a video I shall show you in a sec. These are just editing softwares for those who don't have access to a laptop or a PC. They just have a tablet or an Android or an iPhone. There's some really interesting phone apps you can use to edit and trim your video down, and then you can just upload directly to YouTube to make it look more crisp and clean. But yes, of course, those apps are available on the Apple Store and of course the Google Play Store. And of course, number 2 is the most important one. You need equipment, you need the items in order to do any of this. So once you've established all of that, once you've got your desired editing software to edit your thumbnails, to edit your banner, to do your profile and all that jazz, you're going to need the basics in terms of items. You're going to need Yu-Gi-Oh cards, of course. It's pretty standard. Like, you're going to need a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, this is if you're trying to be a serious content creator, because it requires money. It's not cheap, but my advice in terms of, like, another budget option I have for you folks, if you don't have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards or a lot of decks to profile, if you're confident enough, go to your locals, ask, or if you got a couple of friends that play Yu-Gi-Oh, just go ask them if they could profile on your channel. That's a profile on your channel, that's content nonetheless. Even if you can't get your hands on meta, naturally you probably won't be able to even afford it if you're going to be doing this. My advice, again, find someone with a meta deck, go regionals if you can afford it, or go locals, see if there's anyone playing any meta decks. Just ask them, hey, like, channel blah blah blah, I want a deck profile, would you be so kind to let me record that? And then of course that's content on your channel. But anyway, continuing on, of course you need recording devices. So you need either a phone, a camera, a camcorder, or a tablet. Domingo also records on his tablet, and tablets, I know the quality isn't exactly peaches and creams, but it's still the quality is it's much better than any other crappy phones I've seen. But a tablet is an option for you budget players, of course. You're gonna need a tripod. I'll show you my tripod in a second, because I will pan this video and show you my camera in a second. You're gonna need a playmat. I have some budget options for you folks as well. I'll show you those in just a second. And of course, you're gonna need a suitable area to record your videos, preferably a table you can use the floor if you'd like. I used to use the floor, but I've got a setup now, and of course you can film outside depending on the weather. Preferably it's not best to do it in the weather unless it's like crystal clear weather, like it's really nice, there's not much wind, because I've known with depth profiles is when people record outside, the wind kind of, you know, interferes with the sound, so it affects the quality of the video, and that can become an issue. But anyway, let me go ahead and pan and show you folks some options and some, you know, just some budget tools, and, you know, some items to see if, you know, if you like them, and just to show you folks what options. Okay folks, this is the Sony Cybershot which I'm recording on. Really good quality again. Big shout out to you, Andrew. I always deliver on my promise. So of course, this is a camera that I purchased. It cost me around like £125, pretty cheap, and it's good quality for what it's worth. This is what I recorded on. Let me just pick this up for you folks. Of course, this is the camera that I bought. Really good quality. I've been looking through the features, and the features are superb, remarkable. You know, very efficient, great for doing anything with it. You can take it outdoors and of course film, and it's really good for filming depth profiles as well. So yeah, this is the camera that I used. So if you folks, you know, save up some money and you want to do a depth profile, highly suggest you pick this up. So that is one thing you can record, is a camera. I do have some other things as well, if I can bloody find it. So yeah, this is what I used to record on when I first started my channel. It's a Samsung Galaxy Ace, very old. This is going back a few years ago. Very small phone. You may think this phone is garbage. It is garbage, but the camera quality was really decent. The flash on the camera was really good. I think this cost me like 40 quid. It's like £40. Really good quality again. If you're starting off on a budget, you can just use this phone. You know, again, pick up a tripod as well. Now this isn't my tripod, this is my brother's, but this is a tripod you could use, mount it to a camera or a camcorder. I will, when I get back to my laptop, I'll show you what tripod I use to film this video, of course. But yes, this is really good for camcorders, cameras, very portable. You can take this with you. You know, if you go to a regionals, a YCS, or a tournament, or locals, you know, just hit up your friends. Yo, I got a deck profile, I want a profile. You folks have any decks that I could use to film? That I could film for the deck profile, and they go, yeah, you know, take this with you. Take your camera or your camcorder, of course. Also, now I know you folks obviously will have good phones, so of course you could just simply record with your iPhone. As you can see, this is my iPhone C. I still use this, of course, but of course I've got my camera now, so I probably won't record with this anymore. It's really cheap. This cost me like 100 quid a couple years ago. This is like 60 quid now. Prices have gone down. This is my power bank. Really good as well. Has the flash on here, so when you record your videos and your depth profiles, the quality will improve drastically. Really good. So of course you've got a nice layout, you know, good quality for what it's worth. And that's pretty much it. Again, you could, you know, if you've got more money, buy yourself, you know, cheaper company. Huawei is a good company as well, but it's up to you, personal preference. Now, in terms of mats, I'll show you a couple of my mats. So this is my Cowboy Bebop mat, I should say. This cost me like 20 quid. Now, there are cheaper mats you can get. There's the Noble Knight mat, which is hella cheap. It's like $5 I saw, very cheap. Really good material. Don't buy those crappy structure deck ones. Those are garbage. Even if you're on a budget, they're just garbage. Trust me. Like, when you go and buy yourself a Noble Knight mat for $5, trust me, it is worth every single cent. The quality, it's like it's a rubber mat. So again, despite the fact it's cheap, it's really good quality for what it's worth. But again, once you save up some money and you start doing this for a while, and when your hobby gets better, you start earning more money from wherever you work or whatever, you can go ahead and of course customize a mat. And that's what I did. My very favorite mat, this is my Volk mat, Street Fighter 5. Very fun game. I enjoy it sometimes when it's not making me angry and rage quitting. But this was the mat that I didn't make this mat, but the design I customized myself. Really like this mat, beautiful. And I use this for my deck profiles now. Oh yes, and Jesse, if you are watching, I would love to send this to you, but I don't know how, because I just don't know how to. But yes, so that's pretty much it for the budget options. Again, Noble Knight mat, very cheap, $5, or over here it's like £4 or something. If you got a bit of money to spend, get yourself a nice camera, a camcorder. Don't buy those budget bootleg trash camcorders, which are from like a company or company-less camcorders. The quality is garbage. Buy yourself a camcorder that's from a known company, so like Sony, Panasonic, JTC I think it is. Just buy from a company that you know, and even if the company's not great, at least you know that the company, you know what the company is, and the quality will be good nonetheless. So anyway, let's get back to the video. Back now. So yes, gonna quickly go over what I just said. Noble Knight mat, look at it, look at the price. Very cheap for what it's worth. £4 or £5, really good quality, it's rubber. Don't ever waste your money on those garbage paper mats. They will do you no good and do you no justice. And again, if you've got a bit of money, you can go ahead and buy yourself a customized mat, or you could find a seller who does commissions like personal designs. If you want to add your own template to it, it's up to you. Again, only do this if you have money to spend. Don't do it if you do not. Again, like, spend your money wisely. Now, as I said about the tripod, this is the tripod that I have. Really good quality. It has the like this plastic thing where you wedge your phone in, so that it works well for like it's like a universal thing. So like you can use your iPhone for it, any of your Android or your smartphones, or you can just take it off and stick your camera or your camcorder. Really good. Again, if you can't afford a good phone, just save up for it. Cheap ones here, look at it, you can pick yourself up an iPhone 5s for like $70, or even much cheaper, iPhone 5Cs. Look at that. And of course the price differs depending on the gigabytes you want. And of course the Sony cameras, these are up to you, personal preference. Camcorders, cameras for days, up to personal preference. So now that you have everything ready, so you've got your laptop, your computer, or your phone, a mat, your cards, and everything else, I'm going to talk about the main thing that Yu-Gi-Oh Yu-Gi-Oh channels consist of, and it's just a common thing, and it's pretty much deck profiles. Every single like Yu-Gi-Oh video, it's just deck profile related. You get the odd video where they do discussions or do top 10s or whatever, but it's mainly deck profiles that people focus on. So the important thing about recording deck profiles is you need to make a small script. You need to know what you're saying. You need good presentation. So you need a formulaic mindset in terms of how you're going to start your video and finish it. So of course you need to build a sandwich, not literally, but there's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you need to find, like, make a script. It doesn't have to be a big script, it's just for introduction, you know, come up with one at the end. So of course with my signature like intro, of course, I go, hello YouTube, this is the creative duelist here, making decks creative since 2016. Welcome everyone. So today I have this deck to profile for you folks. Really fun card choices I shall explain through the video. Now let's get started. And of course I go through the card choices, I go through my monster spells, traps, extra deck, and if I do have it, side deck. And of course I end the video, I say thank you all for watching. If you folks enjoyed this video, you know, please leave a like, comment down below. Feedback is always nice to hear. You know, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. And of course, if you enjoy my content, subscribe. You know, Creative Duelist signing off. See you next time everyone. And that's how I end my videos. It doesn't have, you don't have to say, you know, almost everything I say. You could just pretty much be, you know, pretty simple about it. You just go, oh, you know, thanks for watching folks, like, comment, subscribe, see you later. It's up to personal preference on how you end the video and start it, but again, you don't want to take too long just to start the video. So that's just an explanation in terms of presentation, and of course, you know, just having your cards lined up correctly. Next one, of course, it's brief. You need to be brief, you need to be swift in terms of your explanations. So when it comes to like videos, I've seen like videos where people would be like doing like 30-minute deck profiles. There's no need to complicate or make the video any longer than it needs to be. You know, like, it shouldn't take you 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes just to get through a 40 card deck profile and explain your card choices. Like, it's not even the card choices. Sometimes people will just kind of go overboard and explain every single card. Like, I'll give you an example here. So let's say I've got like this card like Soul Charge. Like, usually the quick explanation, Yugioh, is just one Soul Charge just to bring back your monsters and make plays. That's literally just a simple, that's all you need to say. Or you could just go one Soul Charge. There's people that will go, oh, I play one Soul Charge, let me read the card effect, target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon that. And if you do, you don't need to read, like, simple cards like that. You don't really need to read, because we know what it does. You're just, you know, you're just prolonging the video, and we just want to get straight to the point. Like, the only time you really need to over explain things is if you're playing, well, not over explain, but, you know, kind of take a bit of time to explain is if it's a card that, you know, people like scratching their heads and thinking, okay, why'd you play an extra copy of that? Or what the hell is that card? Or what's this spicy tech? Explain it to me. So those are the cards you want to talk about. You don't want to talk about every single card. Like, oh, I played Monster Reborn. What it does is blah blah blah. Bring this guy back. You know, simple cards like that, they don't need explanations. So yes, you know, for those who watch my videos, you've seen how my videos are. My videos are like around 6 minutes long, 8 minutes long if need be. It's fine if you're doing a combo video, because that's understandable. We want to see the combo. The combo video will take up a bit more time, and that's fine. But just remember just to keep your videos, or your explanations, and of course the timing of your videos a bit low. You know, no one wants to sit through and like watch a 15-minute deck profile, because I really don't like that. Unless it's like a deck that I've, you know, unless it's like a tutorial and I've never seen this deck in my life and I want to know how it works. So yes folks, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this video has helped you folks in terms of, you know, budgeting wise, and has given you a wide array of options. So thank you all for watching. If you folks enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below. Feedback is always nice to hear. Tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. Did I miss anything? Please let me know in the comment section. And of course, stay creative, have a good day, subscribe for further content. See you next time everyone.